All right, welcome back. I mean, it's only been a few hours for me, but probably been 24 hours for you. It most definitely has been 24 hours for you, at least at the time of the gap between recordings. Anyways, last episode I struggled. This episode I shall too struggle. Although I wasn't, again, I keep having these moments of expecting too much from my art. But the biggest thing, and I listened to my Bible, Huberman, Huberman's fucking how to learn skills, all that shit. And I was just sort of re-listening to the one about how to fail, right? Like utilizing failures for learning. So I just need to keep embodying the mindset that okay, growth mindset, which is focus on the effort that you put in, not the result, which is basically what growth mindset is. And then the other thing when it comes to utilizing errors, which is essentially make lots of mistakes and uh, derive, do your best to derive like positive emotions when you make those mistakes, right? Associate mistakes with positivity, like good emotions. Basically, you're gaslighting yourself into liking making mistakes, which in turn makes you learn better. Apparently, I don't fucking know, but it's a better mindset to have than to get frustrated, right? So yeah, let's get to it. This body right here, slowly but surely, I will get it down. But let's do it from the side now, right? The biggest thing is that honestly, this right here, this part is probably going to be really important to be able to sort of imagine the entire, the fuck am I trying to say, to be able to think about proportion and imagine the perspective, right? Something like this. Wait, fuck, I think I fucked that up. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. There you go. And then it is something that will go down like so, right? It's relatively long. Bring it over here. I'm drawing this part right now. Oh, and actually this is well, derive positivity from making mistakes, right? Well, that's a good thing. Oh. I fucked up, but I fucked up in style. Actually, wait, what the fuck? Did I fuck up? I don't know anymore. No, I didn't fuck up. What am I doing? Ain't nobody knows. Okay, and then what? Something like this is attached like that. And I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out as I go. I feel as if this doesn't make any sense. Let me just practice this shape more than anything. Right, so, well, what's the biggest confusion right now? It's the body and this attachment. So, more than anything, why don't I just figure out the body and this attachment and just think about the box that it resides in? Right, so the box is again the most important part of any drawing. It's where we can actually understand how everything relates to everything else. Right, so that's what I need to focus on more than anything. And it goes sort of deep-ish. Yeah, I guess I'm making it a bit more slanted. So in that case, should come like right around here, roughly. I'm not trying to be super accurate, but I am trying to make sense of it all, right? I think my voice is recording. It should be. Yeah, it is. But here. And then we have this thing attached to the side. Again, I have to constantly keep this box in my mind. There you go. And what did I do here? Okay, so this, if this is how it's attached, then It's the box again. I'm thinking about the box, thinking about the box. Okay, so this should be going. There you go. We'll have it fixed up right around there. This goes down. Well, this is slightly different, right? I'm having this little side attachment go. It's not, I guess, going alongside like it should be, because then it technically should be coming up here, right? So while that is inaccurate, I'll leave it for the time being. And let's make this long enough to make sense of it all, of course. But then we also have the box. So this, I'm going to purposefully have this follow the angle of the box that I'm envisioning to reinforce my knowledge of what I'm drawing, right? It's important to do that. See, equally as long as this thing, roughly. At the very least, it gives let's see. There you go. And then this is gonna attach right where that is. This one's gonna go slightly down. So maybe, yeah, like that. Like that. Right? That works, I believe. Just like that. There you go. Okay. So that's progress. And then from the top here is where that's being dictated, this little pipe, almost, right? And I will, okay, see, I lost the box. I'm gonna reorient myself. I got the box again. Like so. And from here, essentially, somewhere here is where this is coming out, this cylindrical pipe for the wheel. Now, obviously, I have to understand exactly how far it's gonna be, right? For the time being, we'll make it this long. This length will change once I understand how the wheel attaches into all of this, of course. But for the time being, it doesn't need to, right? And we can just have it go through there. I think the other side doesn't have this covering, so this can just go up. And this is how we know, because this actually is attached to the wheel, roughly. I think that's what I've decided to establish here. So let's do the other side first, and then I should be able to get it down a bit better. This is good. Now that I'm just focusing on focusing and just making mistakes and just enjoying the effort I'm putting in, I'm having a lot more fun. And I know it may come as a shock to many, including myself when I was first learning, but art really is about fun. You know, if we're not having fun, it's kind of, there's not really a point. And yes, that doesn't mean that it's never going to be difficult. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I think the fun should come from, hold up. Yeah, the fun should come from, again, the approach you have. I'm having fun now because I'm just thinking about the effort I'm putting in, and I'm focusing on deriving pleasure from the mistakes I'm making through the effort, right? When you apply that mindset, not just with art, but with anything, it's actually very difficult to not enjoy what you're doing, because you're setting yourself up for success. That's what you're doing, right? You're setting yourself up to be someone who just enjoys learning, which is what I assume many of us want to do, you know? I assume many of us want to enjoy learning, but we have these mental roadblocks that get in the way. right? So here I am saying that maybe it doesn't have to be that way, and it's just the way we approach the material itself. There you go. That's a bit off, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, it's definitely off. Like this is not aligned. That's okay, because I'm just gonna tell myself I'm happy that I fucked up and ruined my life. I'm happy. And then let's see what's happening. Well, I just have a choice. I can just connect these, right? So I might as well just connect these. And that's what's happening at the front, over here. Now at the back, we obviously got this. So now it's at an angle. So what did I decide here? That this would be angled? Interesting. I think I decided that, yeah, it would like jut out a bit, right? Like so. To accommodate for... See, and the same thing's happening, if it's jutting out over here, then it should be also... Yep. Be jutting out on this side as well. Right? And that's for this. So, think about the box. Should be roughly something like a cylinder here. And then something like a cylinder here. Maybe it's too ahead. Actually should be a bit further back, right? Yeah, definitely should be a bit further back. And then this right here is attached. And I think I decided to just, maybe I can just make this actually wait, yeah, this is definitely not this is definitely not angled properly. This completely, it should be angled more like this. Wait, I fucked it up somehow. I'll have to double check how that is working. So it's angled out this way, then it's maybe it should have been more like this right here. Right, something like that. So yeah, and then I guess this I can just make some sort of shape, but I can also just have this connection start forming here. Right, we just decided to make it a simple box, so we can have it a box-like shape from the side, but perhaps, and again, this is also going to reinforce the perspective for me. Perhaps just to make things a bit more fun, we can have like a semi-ellipse covering on the other side. Something like that. Something just to make it, I don't know, a bit less simple. But let me rest my brain now. See, now that was fun. Now that was actually fucking fun as shit, because I focused purely on the effort I was making and the errors that I was making. And just having fun and being happy that I'm just doing the action and that I'm making mistakes, right? That's how we learn. So let me rest my brain, and then I'll do it again from the other side, so we can hopefully make a bit more sense of how that's happening, right? Oh wait, shit, I completely forgot to beg for likes and subscribes this episode, session, whatever. I mean, if you're here and if you're listening at this point, like and subscribe, you piece of shit. Seriously, it takes you 2 seconds. You have zero excuses apart just from spiting me, and you love me. You would never spite me. So let's see what this looks like here. Okay. this, right? If it's just front on, and then it's like that, right? This is the sort of diagonal thing that I've created, which is this. Technically, that's just straight, so I don't know why that slant is incorrect. Technically, this should be straight, and then this should be slanted. It should be like this, and this is going here. Well, I've definitely made this maybe a bit too big, right? It should probably end around here, you know? And then we have, yeah, literally just have the ellipse coming out like so. Okay, I lost the box, so let's have the box again. And then it's, yeah, something like, well, it's a bit, it's tapered, right? So it could be something like this. Roughly. That's what it should be like. And then we have this thing coming out, jutting out here, right? Well, technically it should be jutting out here, because I did mess it up a little bit. Box, and what else? How should I... Yeah, because here it's very simple. I can just bring it all the way down. It's very long. But this is the thing, like this shape right here doesn't really make you think, ah, yes, this is a bike. So maybe it should be tapered like that, right? That shouldn't be that hard. You know, maybe we can just taper it like so. Like that. Goes over. But hold up, I'm trying to think. I fucked something up. Nah, that's good. You see, it's tapered, and then maybe, again, just because it's a bike, and I'm gonna draw over obviously because I don't care. We can just we can utilize the actual perspective established, right? Which is this. And just, and of course it's gonna be a bit longer, but maybe we can literally just, I don't know, make a little design here at this point, right? Just add some pipes maybe, add some cylinders. That way it looks more bike-like. I don't know. I don't think that's coming across very clearly because I'm literally drawing over something else, right? So let's do it again. What I'm trying to say is, for the back side, right, like this side right here, this can actually be tapered, you know, because at the end of the day, this is just something that's on the inside, actually. So yeah, if it is on the inside, then I'm trying to think, because it's a bit different, obviously, than the reference, but I think we could still taper it, right? So this is actually what it's supposed to be like, and this can be, we can literally just make it sort of interesting and tapered like that, right? And then of course here is where, but that's like over it, and then here is where we actually have the bike, like the bottom part of the bike, like that. So what could that look like? Well, could look like something like this. Let's see. Could be something like, It could be more tapered, that's for sure. But right, and then we can just have a. Well, I want to do something like this, and we could actually find a way to connect the bottom part here. Maybe. I know it looks a bit shoddy, but I'm just trying to think out loud. Right, maybe just two of these little cylindrical shapes, which could of course just indicate a pipe of some sort. Not that this is actually part of the reference, but I'm kind of trying to add something unique to it, right? Functionality can come afterwards. There you go. Like, then this is for this part here, like this back part, right? And then I don't know, something like this. Obviously, I think this is supposed to be a bit lower, but this way seems to be okay. Something like that. Possible? It's possible. And of course, and then off that is this launch padded, right? Which is this, this area here, which should be something like. I'm trying to think. Actually, we could do something like this. Right, maybe this can literally just be where the head is attached. Right, because then this will go. So, something like that. Maybe the head can be attached like so. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But hey, at least I can visualize the box a bit better inside of it, right? So, yeah, just trying to make sense of it all. You know, but this attachment and these two are like the main things, right? So we need to do that again. I need to get it from the back now. So actually, if I could do that here, because I did angle it, it would be like this. No, I think this is actually what I was maybe going for. Right, like that. Okay, let me rest my brain. I don't think I explained it properly to myself or to you, but slowly but surely I'm starting to get it down a little bit. Resting my brain. Yeah, that cracking sound is just my knuckle. Do not be alarmed. Right. Okay. Yeah, because it's different in the reference, of course. In the reference, it's very different. But let's see. Let's see if I can stick to this variant for the time being. I know I go very back and forth between or just specifically for this body, right? Just trying to figure it all out. You know, it needs to be nice and big, but also has to match the helmet. So I gotta just get better at drawing the helmet, or the head, not helmet, this area, very tiny as well. Maybe these pipes aren't necessary. Because the main thing that's happening here is something like this for the body, right? Like the back area. So really, it's just, let's see. If I am kind of thinking about it this way, then yeah, it does make sense, I think, to just, because in the reference it's more like there's a sort of hole which this head is attached to, right? Like so, and then it comes out, right? And it's tapered or whatever, like so. So the question is, what parts do I want to maintain and which parts do I want to change? I keep trying to change, and my biggest issue right now, I feel very uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm feeling a lot of stress because that stupid fucking reference keeps getting in the way, right? And this is the whole what Antonio says, right, from Artwod, the founder. He says, manipulate your reference, don't be manipulated by your reference. So that's what I was trying to do here. No, I think I'm doing too much here, perhaps. Instead, yeah, it might just be best to just have something like this instead, where it's just tapered off like so. And then, oh, yeah, then it could just be like this. Like a, and then connected like that, right? Maybe that's all that needs to be done. I don't need all these bars and all that shit. So yeah, for the back, it could be something like this, where we have, well, let me draw it from the back again, but I guess from the front, the top side, something like this, right? That's the front area, you know? And then what is it? It's coming back like this, bringing this here, tapering. Wait, I think that's that might be a mistake. Maybe not. No, it might be a mistake. Okay, well, let me just ignore this, then let's do it again. So here's the front, right? Here's the front. Okay, this is the box that I'm putting it in. Okay, so we could have, yeah. There you go, and then I'm just gonna bring this down. There you go. Right, so now we have our little attachment there. Right. Probably a bit more leaned back, but there. And maybe just to add some visual interest, I can just, yeah, I'll just square it off like this. There you go, right? And then maybe instead of tapering, what could I do? Well, maybe I still could taper. Just keep it straight, why not? And this way, this thing is also kind of following the reference, in the sense that it's just something that's jutting out. Right. But I feel like I haven't defined this shape well enough, right? Right now, there's two attachments happening here. And I think it's important to break those two attachments down, right? Like section them off, right? There's basically this right here. Like this is one, you know? Like this is one group, right? Just to get this angle down, and then this is the other group, right? Like how these two attach. So I need to clearly define the shapes for the back part. And it's obvious because right now I'm still trying to find a shape that looks interesting enough, right? That doesn't take away from it. Because again, if we have something like, I have to actually imagine the fucking, yeah, if it's like this, right? That's basically what it's like. Okay, that's basically what, yeah, that's essentially what the type of tapered cylinder, the neck, quote unquote, neck attachment is like for this bike, right? Okay. And now, again, let's just go a bit forward. Let's say this, just a bit forward. Let's just say this is this area, right? We're defining this area now. And this will like stop around there, right? Right around there. Cool. You know, we have this box. It's very long. We can bring this down like so. Comes back, attaches here, comes back there. Don't really see this side at all. Right, maybe a little. Maybe a little. Right? Still, if I keep the box in mind, down like that, so. And then we have, obviously, these things attaching whatever, right? In fact, this should have been much larger, but either way. But what's happening in the back here, if I do follow what's happening here, is that technically could do something like this. Right? And I know I'm going back and forth, but that means this needs to be more in the middle. Right? So that's my mistake over here. I didn't make this in the middle enough. You know. And again, this is this part right here, right? We need to cut it off like so. And then I need to figure out, how do I want these shapes to interact? Because this looks boring in my opinion right now. This looks very boring, you know? But if it is angled, like so, and this is just this part, then perhaps I can do something like right, and then it's cutting in like that, right? Then obviously this one is the back end. So maybe that's a bit more of an interesting shape. But we'll have to see. This is essentially just a very, very difficult Jenga, right? Again, let me try that again. So if we have, see, that's what I'm doing here, right? It's attached like so, even if it was that way, like that. Oh, so it's actually more like this. That's more what it's like, because this is obviously the ellipse, and it's being kind of cut off here, and then it's going around here, right? Okay, I kind of see that now. But at the end of the day, whatever it is, still needs to go a bit forward. Still needs to taper like so. Right? And this helps because this helps me put my thing into perspective as well. That's my perspective. So with that being the case, again, I need to think about what's the center point for this, right? What's the center point for this box? I'll spend as much fucking time as I need to figure this out, because I do need to visualize this better, right? Maybe I'm making this a bit too long as well, but it's okay. Is this something like that? So that way it's coming down there, roughly there. Well, I'm clearly not angling this enough either, right? There you go. It needs to yeah, it does need a little bit of the angling, because this thing, it's like if this is where the head is and then this is the angle, then it needs to essentially, it should match this, so it should be more like, yeah, like that, right? This is what's going to make it seem like, okay, well, now I can just bring this down like so, while maintaining that little box like that. And then yeah, maybe all the way down. Something like that. That's also different. I need to figure out this body a bit better. Right now, okay, why don't I just follow the angle that technically already exists? This is all very muddled, and I understand that. But why don't I just follow the angle that exists within the reference itself? The body follows this angle. So you have the neck, and then you have the little thing that is sort of the neck is in, right? So, but it's like this, and then it goes back. And that's it. And that's literally it. If I look at it just simply in terms of the rhythm, that's it. And then you have our little thing here, right? This thing over here, like so. The body extending outward, boom, like that. Right? That's all it is, technically. It's just that rhythm. So what shape do I want that follows that rhythm? If I'm just imagining there's a neck here, so can I just do something like, if it goes inward, and then let's see, like that's the perspective. So what, something like this? Right? Goes inward here, and then outward here. And that way I can maintain my perspective, because this will go down like so. This will go down like so. And this one can also just connect to it. Does that make sense? Right. Or is that too complicated still? Might be too complicated still. Maybe I should go back to the original idea, which is this, technically, because that already is kind of there. Right? And that's technically already there. So maybe that would be best. I mean, this is all what art's about, right? It's all trial and error. So, yeah, maybe I could do it like that. Go back to that idea, which is you have the neck. It is essentially sort of intersected like that. Oh, wait. It's like this, right? Something like that. And I could just have an ellipse that reinforces the perspective. And then it goes down just a little, as I say. But we have yeah, maybe I can actually keep the angularity or whatever, right? The logic of it. There you go. That's one. And then what else? Yeah, this thing, if I think about the box, should be going just roughly like that, right? And these all seem to connect to it. So that's just one part. Right? And obviously this is it's a bit inaccurate, but, and the next one is just, actually it should have been way more if that was the box, but the next one is just something like that. Right? And this way we can actually, there you go, just like that, keep the, I'm just trying to think. I fucked it up a little. No, not just a little, but I think I know what I'm going for, which is what matters right now. Okay, I have a feeling I understand what I'm doing much better now. So now I kind of just have to put it into practice. But let me rest my brain. I think there's enough time to space out some things here. This is all gonna look like a garbled mess to anybody watching. this is gonna look absolutely fucking retarded. So keep me on in the background. Don't watch me. Listen to me make these random postulating noises and murmurs, such as how about this, and maybe this will work. In the meantime, so I can get my ad revenue. Actually, there's no ad revenue right now. I haven't gotten monetized for shit. But I'm very close to 500 subscribers, which is wonderful. Wonderful. I have white accent. Rah, rah, rah. Anyways, let me rest my brain. Okay, cool. I don't need this fucking reference anymore. I think I got it now. Slowly but surely, everything's coming together, which is nice. Which is very nice. And I have been making a concentrated effort, which is really all that matters to me at this point. The effort and the mistakes. Right? So let's do it from this angle now. Something like that. And then the most difficult part is maintaining the box in my mind whilst I, of course, keep this going, right? There you go. Now, I don't know what it ends off like, so I'm just gonna pretend like it just cuts into it. Same thing here, just pretend like it cuts into it. Okay. And now, of course, this goes down, right? Cylinder could be better, but it's part of the cutout, so it's fine. And then we have, it's going in, so it's going in like this. So right? Yeah, it's going in like that. And then we have something that juts out. Like so. And it's, let's say it's at the same angle. There you go. Right. So it juts out like that. Because that's the box. So maybe it's something like this. Right. And we have this coming in. And maybe like this. Maybe. I think I might have messed up the angle a little bit. But if it comes out like that, let's just try to think. Like this, that, and then it just moves out, comes back up. And then, I guess in this case it would be like that. But how is it attached actually? Does that make any sense? If it's coming down there. Oh no, that does make sense, yeah. And then, you know, you have, it's like this. Right. Oh wait, no, but this is here. Yeah, there you go. Something like that. And this side is coming in. I'm actually confusing myself a little. Let me get a new, should I get a new page? It's already been 48 minutes. Maybe it's time for me just to bastardize these pages and focus on trying to understand. This will not look like much to any of you, I'll be honest. What I'm trying to obviously understand is this section as it relates to wrapping around the cylinder, right? But I don't know if you're gonna see the box that I do. I don't know if you're gonna understand the lines that I'm making either, but it's important to me to get this down, right? That'll make it easier actually. And yeah, then I can do something like this. And that'll actually help me see it a lot better too. But okay, yeah, it's just angled forward. This way I'll see the perspective a lot better too, right? Let's see something like that. There you go. Yeah, so that's the neck, and then coming out of it will be something like this, right, in the middle, relatively speaking. You know, I'll go over, go around, come around. Okay, cool. And of course, over all of this will be, let's see, somewhere like right here, will be the body. You know, that's where the body will be. And that's how it is in the reference as well. Except in the reference, it's actually more attached over it. But either way, you know, that's just how it's gonna connect. And then yeah, we have this thing going inward. If that's perspective, yeah, it's going inward. Like so. Something like that. Of course. And then it's going there you go, outward like this. There you go. And then this is where I believe I can connect it pretty decently, right? It should be more like this, yeah. And maybe I can actually just connect it more like this, so this way it's following the, like it's actually attached to the to the body, right? I'm a bit confused on how these attach, but I think I can keep working on it afterwards. But right now, again, really trying to think about the box. And there you go. That should be the body. A little bit better, but I think still compared to how the reference looks, I can keep refining it. Oh yeah, I can definitely keep refining it. So I'm gonna keep working on that orthographic view as well. And let me rest my brain. Yeah, this is definitely gonna look a bit muddled. Let me see if I can just draw on the other side moving forward. Maybe, but not really. Well, Crazy Scooters, this workout from artwod in general involves a lot of thinking, which is good. You know, I want to have all that thinking, and it's exciting, to be honest. Yeah, not like I actually just enjoy this now. Now that I'm not even focusing on expecting any sort of result, I can just focus on trying to understand and the effort I'm making, right? Yeah, I wouldn't mind drawing over, but I guess for fucking YouTube aesthetic reasons, for you fuckers watching, you know, you're trying to make sense of it all. Hopefully you're not trying to make sense of it all. I actually hope this video doesn't get that many views, because I don't need people telling me that my drawings are messy, right? But perhaps what I need to do is just ignore the haters. Is that really the answer to success? Okay. I'm just trying to think out loud. I was just saying some random bullshit while I was thinking out loud. But see, that's different, right? So it's basically Let me do it again here, right? But we have, again, wrapped around that cylinder. It's like this, right? And I guess if we want to just make it even, just on the other side, we can do the same shit. Right? But either way, and then it's something like this, right? And this is for this part. I know it's completely different now, but in the reference, it goes inwards and then outwards. Or like it collapses in itself, actually. So kind of just goes in here, right? And for the sake of simplicity, again, I'm just gonna make it so, yeah, they're all sort of a block. This one just goes a bit inwards here, right? Like these two go towards this point. And then we actually have a second one. Okay, so we have a second one that comes outward, like this thing, this outside spot that I've been trying to draw over here. And I guess I can actually make it bigger, right? But this one's like this. Is it even worthwhile to go about it this way? I might honestly just spend a lot of time, because I honestly want to get the body down exactly how it is now. It's a really cool shape. I don't think there's any harm in going for that, to be honest, right? And again, I said I'm going to spend hours on this crazy scooters workout. So this page is obviously going to look fucking retarded, but my mind is evolving. So okay, so it's like this. This is the body area back here. It's interesting how it happens. It's actually hard to discern the perspective. Oh, I see. Oh my god, I finally fucking see now. Holy shit. So it's going like this. If this is, we're looking at the back end. Okay, now it juts out. Alright, I see. Yeah, now I see. Okay. So then it's like, something like that. Right? And this is where we have the cylinder attachment for the head. And it just goes down. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So the body... Oh, okay. I see now. Alright, I'm starting to understand this a lot better, which is good. And... okay. You know what? I really do want to draw this scooter as fucking annoyingly complicated as possible, and then be able to rotate it in any which way I want. So I think that's the big thing. I'm going to spend as much time, because this is going to really up my spatial reasoning, honestly, and the way I interact and connect manipulated shapes together. So, oh yeah, and my voice is fucked. I don't know why, but I had a sore throat yesterday from too much jizz, so it's a bit crusty today, right? But I'm going to leave it at this. This was actually really, really good. And I think I'm genuinely just going to take my time. And this body shape specifically, if I can just... I don't think the entirety of it needs to be super complicated, but if I can make this body shape and like genuinely understand how it attaches just to this front part, like this area here, I think that's going to be a huge benefit for the rest of the scooters. So yeah, this fucking sick session. This obviously looks like absolute trash to anybody watching. This doesn't make any sense to you, and don't worry about it. Just know that I'm doing my best. I'm practicing, right? I'm visualizing the box, all that shit. Got a lot better. Actually got a lot better. once I just focused on the effort and the errors that I was making. So yeah, but I did have some moments, right, where it was very difficult, but I'm excited now. I'm excited to genuinely dissect the fuck out of this reference. And yeah, we'll see. We'll literally just spend, what is it, May 11th, May 12th today? Well, let's go until the end of May, maybe even early June. I actually just want to keep doing this. I don't want to give up on this crazy scooters until I just get it down. So yeah, you guys are just about to be spammed with weeks of crazy scooters. But by the end of it, I should be able to make something pretty sick, however long that takes, right? And be able to rotate it and shit and just take my time. So that's gonna be sick. And then I can just spam the artwod Discord and be like, look at me, I'm learning. And they'll be like, oh my god, we need to give this guy money. He's showing off our process. But of course, I'm still never gonna reveal my channel unless somebody just finds out, because it's not that hard to find out who I am. But anyways, on that note, as always, oh wait, no, begging for likes and subscribes. If you're here at this point, again, you're a fucking idiot if you haven't, and you're a fucking idiot if you have. So you don't really win or lose anything. Congratulations. You can stay confused now. And with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.